Good morning, children. Welcome to your biology class. Children, till now we have finished, we have learnt what is meant by crop, what is meant by agriculture, and what are the kharif crops and rabi crops. And we are learning about agricultural practices. Already we learnt preparation of soil and sowing seeds and manures, manuring. Now, today we are going to learn about irrigation. What is meant by irrigation? So, irrigation is the supplying of water to crops by the growers. So, supplying of water to the plants, that is called irrigation. Irrigation is needed when the water requirements of a crop exceeds the natural supply. Plants need water. Generally in India, we get dry water by rains. Sometimes this water is not sufficient. That's why we have to add, farmers have to supply more water to crops. So, natural supply of water to crops. What are the processes? Rainfall, soil, that means water inside the soil, water table is there, and water storage. These are the natural supplies. Now, methods of irrigation. There are two types of irrigation. First one is traditional method and the second one is modern method. What are the traditional methods? So, canal irrigation, we see dams are there. Bhakranangal Dam, Nagarjuna Dam, Dhavaleswaram Dam. Different dams are there. Why these dams? These are the reservoirs. Water is reserved here, and this water is sent to different fields, lakhs of fields through canals. This is the traditional method. In India, irrigation of extensive areas is carried out by canals. The main canal receives water from different sources such as reservoirs or rivers and branches further for irrigation. This is. Now, second one, swing bucket method in olden days. So, if the crop is the land is little bit higher than the canal or tank, this system is useful. So, the swing bucket is an ancient water lifting device. If the field is higher than the water source, then the water is lifted by using these swing buckets. Two people standing facing each other and swing the bucket to fill in water. The basket is raised and water is discharged in the crop field. This is swing bucket method. These two are the traditional methods, and few more traditional methods are there. Next one, that is moat or pulley system. In villages we observe this pulley system. In houses also we pull the water by using pulley from well, the pulley system. So, it is a simple tool. The pulley system along with a rope and a bucket is known as a moat. What is moat? The pulley system along with a rope and a bucket is known as moat. Water is lifted out from the well by using a bucket attached to a rope which passes over the pulley. The rope is pulled by man or by open well. This is pulley system. It is one of the traditional system. It is useful for both in the agricultural field and in our houses also. Now, next system, that is chain pump. The chain pump is used to lift water from a shallow well. It is useful to lift water from a depth of about 6 meters. So, here chain pump is used to lift water up to 6 meters depth. This is also one of the traditional method. Now, that is Persian wheel. This is called Rahat system, Persian wheel. A Persian wheel consists of a large wooden wheel with several buckets arranged on its outer rim. It has several buckets. These buckets are attached to the outer rim of the wheel, and the whole arrangement is submerged in an open well. This is called Persian wheel or Rahat. Now, next one, that is Dhekli. Dhekli is generally used to lift water from unlined well, stream or pond. These are the traditional methods. So, nowadays, due to the advanced technology and other, depending on the weather conditions, soil conditions, few advanced methods are there. That is modern methods. What are the modern methods? The first modern method, that is called sprinkler system. Sprinkler system. This is the more useful on the uneven land where sufficient water is not available. The perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles on top are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. And the sprinkler system, the perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles, a nozzle there, this nozzle rotates. So, these pipes are attached to the main pipeline at regular intervals. When water is allowed to flow through the main pipe under pressure with the help of a pump, it escapes from the rotating nozzles. It gets sprinkled on the crop as if it is raining. Sprinkler is very useful for sandy soil. Sprinkler is very useful for sandy soil. Now, in this method, water applied as a spray or as raindrops over the crop. What are the advantages? Uniform application, efficiency, high application efficiency, suitable method of irrigation for rolling and step slope topography. So, these are the advantages of sprinkler irrigation. This is one of the best modern irrigation system. Here, see how the water is coming from the pipe and how the water nozzle is rotating and the way of applying water. This is sprinkler irrigation. Next one, drip irrigation. What is drip irrigation? The method of applying water below the ground surface in the form of droplets in the root zone. Clear? So, in this method, in this system, the water falls drop by drop just at the position of the roots. So, it is called drip system. It is the best technique for watering fruit plants, garden and trees. The system provides water to plants drop by drop. Water is not wasted at all. It is a boon in regions where availability of water is poor. So, the system is useful water scarcity areas. So, here water is supplied directly to the root. In this way, we can prevent the waste of water. The water drops falls on the roots. Roots immediately absorb the water drops. So, here wastage of water we can't find. So, fertilizers and other agrochemicals can be applied with water. So, if you want to add fertilizers, so the plants absorb the minerals and fertilizers from the soil, but we are in the dissolved form. The minerals or fertilizers in the dissolved form, but the soil doesn't contain water. That's why the plants cannot absorb them. That's why if we want to add manures or minerals, these fertilizers, agrochemicals, be applied with water. We dissolve in the water. Along with water, these minerals also supplied to the directly root system. So, this is good for water scarcity areas. This is drip irrigation. This is drip irrigation. Now, so there are two methods, traditional method and modern method. In the traditional method, first one, canal irrigation. We supply water to fields, agricultural fields through canals from reservoirs or rivers or other water sources. And swing bucket method. Here we use a bucket. Two people are holding the swing with the help of thread on and they lift the water with the bucket from the lower areas. Next one, that is moat, pulley system. It contains a bucket and rope. The rope passes through the pulley and it is useful to lift the water from the well. Next, that is chain pumps. Chain pump. Here is the chain pump is used to lift water from a shallow well. It is useful to lift water from a depth of about 6 meters. Next one, Persian wheel. That is called rahat. So, the wheel of the wheel contains several buckets on outer its rim. Outer its rim. So, it lifts the water. Now, coming to the next one, dhekli. Dhekli is generally used to lift water from unlined well, stream or pond. Now, coming to the sprinkler system. Water is sprinkled in the field like a rain. So, this is water applied as a spray or as raindrops over the crops. Uniform application efficiency and higher application efficiency, and it is suitable method for irrigation. Suitable method for irrigation are rolling and step slope topography. Now, coming to the next method, that is drip irrigation. So, in this system, the water falls drop by drop just at the position of the roots. So, it is called drip system. So, it is useful for it is best technique for watering fruits, plants, gardens and trees. And fertilizers, other agrochemicals can be applied with the water, good for water scarcity areas. This is about irrigation system. Now coming to the children, for example, you observe how a flower plant, a potted plant in your house. So around the main plant there are small other plants also there. For example, you see the rose plant. Rose plant is the main plant in the pot, but you can find other grass plants and tamarind plant like this. These are not necessary for us. This is rose is the main plant, but these crops, these grasses and other tamarind plant, some other plants we find. So these are unnecessary plants. These are not useful for us, and also it is harmful to the main plant. For example, we are applying manures to the rose plant, but what will happen? These other grass plants and these tamarind plants consume the manures and fertilizers, so the main plant will cannot get it. That's why these are not useful and also harmful to the main plant. So these are called weeds. So in the same way, in a field, many undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crop. These undesirable plants are called weeds. What are, children? These undesirable plants are called weeds. The removal of weeds is called weeding. So we have to remove them. Otherwise, these may cause damage to the main plant. That's why we have to remove. The removing of weed is called weeding. Weeding is necessary since weeds compete with the crop plants for water, nutrients, space and light. So why should we need? So these plants also get the manures from the same field. These plants also, these unwanted plants also get nutrients from the same field, water from the same field and also light. Sometimes these plants can grow faster than the main plant, main crops. So then they cover the light. So light cannot fall on the main crops because of this overgrowth of unwanted plants. Okay, so thus they affect the growth of the crop. Some weeds interfere even harvesting and may be poisonous for animals and human beings. Some weed plants, they are poisonous to the plants and animals. So that's why we have to remove. These unwanted plants are called weeds, and the removing of unwanted plants is called weeding. Now farmers adopt many ways to remove weeds and control their growth. So farmers, they follow many tips, many ways to remove weeds and control the growth. What are tilling before sowing of crops helps in uprooting and killing of weeds, which may then dry up and get mixed with the soil. So tilling, and before tilling means loosening. What is meant by tilling? Tilling or plowing? Loosening of the soil. So during this time, and as before sowing the seeds, so these unwanted plants are uprooting and killing of weeds. They kill the weeds because of the soil is dry, land is dry. It cannot get any water, it does not get any water, any nutrients. So definitely the weeds die. And the best time of the removal of weed is before they produce flowers and seeds. So these weeds can grow along with the main crop. We have to remove them. What is the best time to remove? Before flowering produce flowers or seeds. The best time is before the main crops produce flowers and seeds. At that time, we have to remove the weed. The manual removal includes physical removal or of weeds by uprooting or cutting them with close to the ground from time to time. This is done with the help of a kurfi. So manual, by hand, we take out the plants from the soil, manual weeding. Sometimes we cut with the kurfi. This is manually. A seed drill is also used to uproot seeds, uproots weeds. So here seed drill also useful to remove the weeds. Next one, next method. What is that one? That is weeds are also controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. What are weedicides? Weedicides are nothing but the chemicals used to remove the weed, control the growth of the weed, that is called weedicides. Example 2,4-D. This is one of the weedicide. These are sprayed in the fields to kill the weeds. So they are sprayed. Here you observe the picture. A person is spraying weedicides. What is the use? To kill the weeds. They do not damage the crops. So here weedicides are, these chemicals are good. They only kill the weeds, not the main crop. Do not damage the main crop. The weedicides are diluted with water to the extent required and sprayed in the fields with a sprayer. So the weedicides are diluted, that means dissolves in the water of required amount, and they are sprayed. Weedicides are sprayed during the vegetative growth of weeds, before flowering and seed formation. Just now we have discussed the best method to remove the best time to remove the weed is before formation of flowers and seeds. And spraying of weedicides may affect the health of farmers. So they should use these chemicals very carefully. See, these are also chemical substances, poisonous substances. That's why while we are using them, we should take some careful steps, some careful measures. So they should cover their nose and mouth with a piece of cloth. We have to cover our nose and mouth with a cloth without entering these chemical poisonous weedicides into our nose or mouth during spraying of these chemicals. Okay, children, thank you very much for listening. Okay, you read. Once again, you watch the video and read the textbook. Thank you very much.